Okay, so we will go straight. This is the world leading universities, just as we call it. SDGs University is really a platform to bring all universities, and by all I mean really all universities in one platform. That's number one. Why they do that? For several reasons. You can read about them here in our website. We have a big question because even Vice Chancellor is asking us why I should join. And this is the answer is here. Students, our students at the university, they are very keen on anything to do with sustainable development. There is many ones. Find new students from across the world who are very keen. All of the students have become so educated about these global issues, build relationship and are involved with the United Nations vision. This is the UN who is dealing and so on. And then you can go on and on and on and why you do it now, because every country needs its universities to take it further. Now, if I go quickly, the way we design it, some of these are members, some are, we use them for demo so we can show it to you. So we brought the university. We thought, let's start by some key plugins and functions. Everyone, at least we start with. And this is what we did. We brought the universities here. Let's take, sorry, it came by mistake. I didn't mean to have Queen Mary as number one. It's not number one. It's, actually, there is some others, better illustration. But, so you can see it here. You can see a banner telling you about the university, Queen Mary. This is the logo of the university. And then here between two brackets, before you see the country, that means when we are finally finished, all the UK will come next to each other, or KSA will come next to other, Kuwait will come next to each other. That's number one. So we use our best knowledge in understanding the business side of this. And I think what helped us, because we got among us 3 charter marketers. I am a charter marketer. I have Professor Sonia and others. So the minds, Beverly is a well-known professor of international business. The ideas come from people, they know the business side of doing things. They are academic, vice chancellor, and so on. So here, of course, any university will need a small background here. And then we created a map. The map is really to attract your attention because all people from communication center, they tell you maps and pictures, they attract you before you come up do a presentation. And then if you go down here, each university will have to belong to something. For example, Queen Mary belongs to the UK and UK belongs to Europe. So that's the gateway. If you take Qatar, for example, Qatar belongs to Gulf universities and belong to Arab universities and belong to MENA, which is Middle East and North Africa. If you take Professor Bakri's university, Sudan International University, it belongs to Sudan, it belongs to African universities, it belongs to the Association of African Universities, and it belongs to the Arab universities because it's an Arab university, and also it belongs to Islamic University, which is headed up in Morocco. That's the other issue. You have heard in the morning from Indonesia, the big initiative they have started. I have been, and I'm going this weekend. A very long flight, 20 hours. But you deserve it, really. Really, you deserve it. You are a great people, really. So they are bringing lots of universities to work together to do the same in Asia, in Indonesia, very long way. Again, you need to capture all this. There is in Morocco, the equivalent of UNESCO is bringing Islamic universities. And what we did, we discovered also not only, no one giving a big, there is not a union called Women University. There are universities specializing in women. In Zimbabwe, there is one. In Sudan, there is one. In Saudi Arabia, there is one. In Bahrain, there is one. But guess what? The one in Saudi Arabia is the leader in the entire kingdom of Saudi Arabia in 2021 in achieving sustainable development, Pris Noura. So we should give them applause, really. So it's not about women, but you can see universities. This is another cluster of universities. So people should learn from this university why they do, and so on. And then we went further. But here, if you can see, we put Europe. This is ACU. This is Association of Commonwealth University. This is another group of universities belong to the Commonwealth. Here, Queen Mary is part of that. And then you can see here, Queen Mary is part to what we call it North Europe, and so on and so on. And then you have the top and so on. Then the language of the university. Some universities, they speak more than one language. And it's very important because some universities in North Africa, they only speak French. Some they only speak Arabic and so on and so forth. Now, here they can put whatever they want, and here they will put the opening video as they choose it. But that's not the, here they choose which sustainable development goals they think they have a leading role on them. Some, for example, Queen Mary 4, 3, 2, whatever it is. But in 2021, a global review of all universities, competition with the Times Higher, the university in the whole world, it came #1 in achieving or tackling the 17th successfully. Which university is that? I'm testing you now. No. In Europe, yes. Then tell me which part of Europe. Then we go to North Europe. It's Manchester University. The reason I mention it, I have nothing to do with Manchester. I haven't studied there a lot. But the point here we're trying to make, at that time, Janet, Janet spent more than me in Sussex University. Sussex University is #1 in the entire world in the teaching of sustainable development. So when it comes to teaching, Sussex is #1. But when it comes to impact on the community, Manchester came #1 across the whole world. And Manchester came ahead of Oxford, Cambridge. Can tell you impact is the issue now. The UN looking for impact, not how good you teach the students. And in that ranking, Manchester came 1, and Sussex came #24. Imagine Sussex is #1 in the ranking in teaching of sustainable development. So before they didn't like me to say that, but this is a fact. This is part of our argument. We're looking for, and if there's a video here, you can see the Vice Chancellor of Manchester telling you what they have done in these 17 Sustainable Development Goals. So this is what's important. Then we will go here. Here you can see the courses. All universities now, all of them in Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, in the UK, they're all changing the courses to meet, to connect with sustainable development. All of them. Research. We're allowing them to select any research they do, which is, they select it. For example, here, and then the publications. And guess what? There is many universities in Africa. Professor Bakri knows this million times better than me. They have fantastic research, but you wouldn't find it. And I tell you why. One simple reason, not all of them. This is Queen Mary. They have this one, for example, called, what is it? The Human Rights Law Center. I clicked, it came. A leading publication in Ghana for women empowerment, big journal, but because you can't access it that quickly, you wouldn't know about them. This is the other thing. And now we go back quickly. This is what we try to do to give the university to bring everything they do in publication research. And then here, it will come to any event they do. Why this is important? Because then you can understand. If you are in engineering department, you want to know what's happening in the whole world, you just come here. Everywhere. You can look what is happening in Qatar, or in UAE, or in Kuwait, or in Jamaica, and then you can see what's happening in your region and so on immediately. You don't need to go to many places. Here, for example, you can see this is all events. And here comes the beauty. And here I would like to say, I think he is following us. Komar from India is leading a big team. This is the beauty of what we have done. Komar, thank you so much. I think the whole world at Komar, you are one of the people we owe you all the grace. So if you can give him a loud applause, because he is the mastermind of it. Here, you come to Queen Mary, you come to any one of these people, for example. If you can see here, you have the leadership. We can add as many blogging here as we like. Here we have, they can select who is the expert. This is our boss. Let's see Farida, one of the distinguished academics in this country, Professor Farida. Then you go to Farida. And the good thing is then you move. You know what Farida is working on. You know her qualifications. Why it matters? Because, for example, she went to University College London. Let's click on University College London where she went to. And then you will see. What do we see? It takes us to UCL. And then you will end up in this cycle from place to place. It will never stop. Now, the interesting thing, let's go back to the universities. Then you can have any videos about this individual. Any videos can be blocked here. And videos, students, young generation, they like to watch, they don't like to read. And that's why we insisted on these videos. It's extremely important. So that's why we're creating, and then you come to the impact, the one we talked about. Tell us whatever you have done, you think you are great, okay. So for example, Queen Mary is saying, University of London professor awarded prestigious medal by Royal Society, then you can read, and this is what the universities are promoting themselves. And then you can see, and so on and so on. Whatever it is you think you have impact. Then how to contact them and consult them. When we talk to people from New York University in Abu Dhabi, they said, this is fantastic. And I said to her, why? Anyone telling me you're doing something good? I said, why? I wanted to hear. She said to me, in United Arab Emirates, we wanted to have a project where anyone in the big cities or in the countryside, he have any question, he had a problem, land, anything, he can go to some place, write the question, an expert will answer him. And this is what this consult. You can come here and you write your question and it will go straight either to the university or to the individual. And there will be many people jumping to answer you, and you can take whatever answer. But when you find an answer from Alam Ahmed. You click on Alam and you understand, do you take Alam voice or not? That's why we want people to get in. Now, the other thing, if you read here, please contact the university directly, because you can't contact them. If you do not, if you need help for any question, we are also happy to help you, because we are working 24/7, because we got office in Middle East, we got people in Africa, we can answer you. So we are facilitator. But let me take you to the beauty of all things now. Now let's try. This is all great. Any university can, all this data is available publicly. But the idea how to share it together, and I will show you now. Let's go back to the universities. For example, the next one is Qatar, or let's go to, so we will not be biased, Doctor. Let's go, for example, to Saudi Arabia. King Saud University, for example. You come to King Saudi, you see what I just said to you. But Saudi Arabia, this university is working on SDG 6, for example. You click on SDG 6, immediately you will find all SDG 6 related universities and experts. Immediately, you don't need to worry on your mobile phone. So these all universities are working on SDG 6. So if you go to this Professor Bakri's University, Sudan International University, now I found it through SDG 6. You go here, and then you find Professor Bakri University is part of African universities, is part of Arab universities. Okay, let me see, what is the Arab universities? And then it takes you to the Arab universities. And here you will come to another platform, which will bring all the universities by region, by whatever. You can look at them and it take you. And you will end up. This is a knowledge management. This is the most advanced approach to knowledge management, where it is endless. It will never stop. It will never end. You're never going to end up here. So you will continue and continue. Then it takes you here, and you can see. You continue. Let's go to this Qatar, for example. Let's go to, where else? British University in Egypt. You find something there. For example, again, they are working on SDG 11. It will take you to SDG 11. Okay, let's go back. So those are the universities working on SDG 11. Those are the experts. So you can see whom we get now. A professor from Sharjah, a professor from Sudan University, a professor from Ahliya, Sudan, Morocco, Sudan, UAE, Sudan, Saudi Arabia, and then it goes on and on and on and on. So now these are the experts. We have them here, and you go and check them yourself. You don't need me. This lady, for example, I know her because we had a partnership with them from EFAT. Now she is the leader of the development of Makkah area. She's quite senior now. Then you go to her and you find her work and so on. Then you find she's working on SDGs, blah, blah, blah. You can consult her certificate. Go to anything you want. Oh, she's an expert on what business and management. Let me click. You click on business and management, it takes you to all those in this database who are business and management expert. So we bring medicine. In the morning, we have two consultants here, cardiovascular and a dentistry professor, but they help us with the computer. This is the same thing. So this is taking you now to those who are experts. But again, it will bring you back. Now, quickly, you can see business and management. Now it brings you people. Let's see. I don't know what we will get here, but okay. Now, this is a professor from, well-known professor from Mosul, Dua, one of our key people really in Egypt. Ghada, one of the most influential women in the Arab countries. Top 50 women influential in the world. You never know her, then you click on her. This is Ghada Amr, the one you hear about her on TV, and then this will never end. But let's go back. One of the advantages of what we're doing here is the following. Then you come to the research centers. If you want to see the research by region, you click by the region, and you select the region. For example, I want to see, oh, sorry, we're in the Arab countries, right? Let's go back to SDG. It's much more bigger, yeah. I didn't know we were in the Arab countries all this time, but let's go back. Okay, coming back. So we left the Arab countries, now we are in the global picture. Now here, if you can see, because this is, now if here you can come to the research centers, you can take them all. You click here, it brings you all the research centers in this hub from everywhere. Australia, New Zealand, Jamaica, Iraq, everywhere. You can see they are Algeria. The reason we can discuss this with universities now is alphabetical. So you can go through Algeria came first because of the alphabetical. This is all research center from Algeria. Otherwise, you will not find them easier. And then you can go. But maybe when universities join in, they can decide, use the first, how do you, and there's experts here in this room, like Professor Manuel on online learning, teaching. We can let them decide and do it. So you can see it takes you to other universities and so on and so on. This is the university I mentioned to you, Women University in Zimbabwe. If you go to this university, it will connect you to the Women University in other part of the, and so on and so forth. So that's part of what you will get here. But then you come to the publication by region. You can, maybe this time we can say it by region. Let's go to the Caribbean. And then in the Caribbean, let's see whether we have a university. We have Jamaica, for example. Sorry, Gail, only one. I don't know. But this, don't blame me. This is our all Jamaica University of Technology course publication report, blah, 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 blah. And then you go again. And here, you can say by subject. So it will be a hub. Once you join in, your gateway will be your country, your sub-region, region, and then the global one. So you join the global one. Say we want universities in health. If you are under health, it will come. So you can see now in health what we will get. We will get universities. For example, the first one from Bulgaria, Australia, Cameroon, Canada, and so on and so on. This is the beauty of what we have done. And then here it will come to the who is who. Again, you can find experts. Say, for example, let's go to where? Latin America, for example. And then it will bring you the expert in this database from, say, for example, let's go to Argentina, for example. I'm hoping, I got a feeling we will find our speaker tomorrow, keynote speaker. Who is this? I don't know. So, for example, then he takes you to Argentina expert and so on. And then here you can see, if we go here to who is who, and then you go by region, I think Latin America, let's see quickly here, they're all connected. So if we go to Argentina here, hopefully we'll see her. She's talking to us tomorrow from Argentina, I think. She's the UNESCO chair for science. Oh no, we are still in the SDGs University. Sorry. We have been crossed out for the SDG Global. So the other thing is event impact and so on. Last not least, the interactive map. And again, I'm really grateful for these guys. This project is being invested for by people expert. Omar done a fantastic work here and his team. Let's see what he's done. Just have a look at the map. You can come here if you are a lazy person like me or doing your research. You just come here. Don't waste your time with anything else. You come here. See what we have done here. Canada, United States. Click to explore. What do you explore? Whatever you want in America. Universities, courses, research, expert, journals, events, and impact. Okay. You go to where, for example? Let's go to Egypt, for example. Again, let's say research centers or whatever. Experts. Let's see, expert from Egypt, automatically. If imagine we join those universities in Asia now, or we join universities in AAU, imagine the whole world would be here. Now we have our expert from Egypt with a click. And let's go back quickly to where we are, and this will work on. And the good thing is, everything we have a map. Everything we created a map. If you want to see the event across the whole world, run by universities across the whole world, you just come to the map. And then you go to everywhere. Saudi Arabia, for example, if there's an event in Saudi Arabia, they will come here. And so on and so forth. You can see this is our partner, and Ma'arifa, Ifat University, and so on and so forth. Again, if you want, say, impact, you want to see the impact, you can also go to the map. Publication, everything, it got a map, teaching. So the more the people they join, and it's a huge project. It got a team. I think I can show you the team because there's something very interesting here. A big team, very big, and we were still wanting more people. But I just wanted to highlight one here. I know we will give them a big round of applause, but look to the volunteers. Huge volunteers, particularly from China. We're very grateful for China. She brought us lots of them. We're going to see these gentlemen and Sahar today. We have never seen them before, face to face. They have helped us. Chinese, Nooralayan from Canada, fantastic people, and so on and so forth from the UK, from abroad. And we will be expanding. And now, every time we say to the organization which is hosting them, we are very busy. We can't, because you need to spend time with them. You have to give them 3 months certificate and so on. They will wait for us, and so on and so forth. So I think that's all. I will stop here. If you have any question, ask me before I hand over to our best friend, Jeffrey. If any question, I wanted to make it very short. You can have a look. and it will really bring the knowledge production worldwide. And the important thing is, just give you one example, Sudan, the country in war now, sadly. Do you know in Sudan, University of Khartoum hosts the UN, the United Nations, #1 center for something called mycetoma. Mycetoma is a fungus, Professor, right? Is a fungus is a fungus or is a bacteria? I don't know. I'm not a medic, but it's a disease. The best research in the whole world is done in Khartoum by University of Khartoum. And then you can go on and on. The best research in gender, maybe in Bahrain, in the Royal Women University. This is where you can bring the best of everything. And this is, I think, the idea of what we're doing here. I think we have done enough testing, according to my all people here. There's lots of regional, country-specific reviewers, editors. We have many, many people involved. And we would like to invite everyone to join, all universities to join. And we will keep testing. We will keep improving. If we receive anything, we will do our best to improve. But if there's any question, happy to answer it quickly. If there's any question. Yes?
Well, it's not a question, but a comment. Actually, I have been following, this journey from start. And I want to really say my appreciation to Alam and his team in putting this thing together. I mean, it started very small, but the growth, particularly in the past, 5 years or so, since COVID until now, is just amazing. And to me now, this platform is the best in the world. And it is the nucleus for, great things to come. And I think that's a great effort, which we should really all appreciate and applaud. Thank you, Allah.
There's many people. I'm just giving an example. But every place we tested it, and I know for those academia in particular, everything in their mind is the Times Higher. Am I right? Everyone. Who is waiting for us to go back to them? They want to work with us is the Times Higher. They send us several emails. This is the last one. We're going to respond. The Times Higher is wanted to associate themselves. They want to see how we can cooperate because the idea is simple. This is one of our best founders, John Adams and Ron McQueen and so on. But really, the people behind, we take thinking of the best mind in the whole world, really. I think, in my opinion, they are not the best, but they are part of the best. We get feedback from everyone. Man, he led that project we did with the UN. You're going to see someone here today being acknowledged because he's the one who actually done the workshop. He talked about the UN took ideas from a leading expert on e-learning platform and that fit into the UN. This is the way you can see it. So the people who contributed. Go ahead.
You excuse me, I'm also exposed for the first time with this absolutely superb project, aspirational, very ambitious, but I have this kind of professional bias. Although I'm not working anymore with a joint inspection unit, but I have already a recommendation for you. You are not under the jurisdiction, but just think about it. So I would see this project as being actually one of the dreams we exposed in the GIO reports on policy research uptake and learning. One of the recommendations that up to date is not implemented is to have a sort of joint platform UN academia in which the UN comes with the needs they need to serve by having good project, and the university will come with the possible existing solution to those problems. And this common publication could be a sort of meeting the needs and the solution to one place. And then with a more immediate term, I think the SDGs universities groups would qualify to participate as a major group in the works of the high-level political forum in New York. I mentioned that this forum is in charge with monitoring the implementation of the SDGs. Every year they are presented with national voluntary reports where the governments tell the world what they've done in implementing the goals. And I think with such a beautiful network across the world, you can help that high-level political forum, and you can I mentioned during the morning presentation the fact that we're midterm. the implementation of the SDGs. I think it's time really to draw some lessons, and maybe you can have a voice of your own for the, maybe not next year if July is too close, but you can embark in such a research. And I'm telling you, with the team of enthusiastic students, you can study, for instance, 200 reports. It's no big deal. You just share the burden among groups with fixed criteria, and we can produce something very, and on a minor note, if I know I appreciate the leading role of Sussex University, but people are sick and tired with Europe being the first in many things. So tell them that you come from an island. After all, British Islands, you are no longer in Europe.
I have been saying this for many years. I spent 15 years at Sussex. No one would like me to say that, but finally, it's not me. Because the Times Higher said it, or everyone. No one said Alam was right, but they said the Times Higher is right. This is the university got #1 in the whole world, above Oxford, Harvard. Yes.
Can I just say,
Yeah.
because I know you're extolling the virtues of everything and everybody who has worked with you on this project and what you have actually achieved so far, and the great credit to governments, great credit to universities and so on. But can I say one thing? Having done a version of this on a much smaller scale, the amount of work to bring this together and the amount of effort required somebody with vision, direction, and dedication. And I know without you, it would not have happened. I can categorically say that. So instead of taking
Now, there's many people. But if you see my daughter, who's 8 years old, but unfortunately we can't bring her today. She keeps saying, "Hello, Doctora. Very nice to see you. Come to the seats here." She keeps saying, she's being, "Hello, Komar. Hello, Jenny. Hello, Mervin." Mervin died now, very sadly, because she hears their names every day. She knows Genit, she knows Komar, she knows Suhaib. These people, we work with them virtually. Sometimes I find myself really, but I'm just going to finish with, as I said, I didn't study. Good luck for them. They're the best university. Let's hear from the Vice Chancellor why they became #1 in the entire world, because that exactly summarized everything. And I think I will stop.